Now, what up? I had to start recording locally so that Ortega has a file after we're done. Guys in here. Oh my god, my hair. My hair's crazy today. God damn hell.
Yo, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
There
You are, there you are.
What's up, sexy?
Not much, man. Chilling, how about you?
Chilling, buddy. I'm good, man. I'm ready to party. I'm pretty high right now.
Nice, nice. I've actually been feeling like crap the last few days.
Oh, buddy.
Hmm.
Miss your voice.
Oh, I missed yours too, buddy. Oh, you're looking nice and fresh. See, nice.
Thanks, man. You too. Got a haircut
Beard.
recently?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I was so happy to finally get my haircut.
Oh yeah. I felt sick for like a fucking week after. I was like, yo, I'm like, I guess
Wild,
it's
dude.
probably already been a week actually. Okay, the first couple of days then. I was like, I'm so smooth.
So smooth. So I found out I have to buy a brand new TV, so that's the update. Not worth repairing.
Fuck, man.
The part was over $2,000. That's without labor. Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking
Jesus.
OLED, man.
like an Apple thing. It's like, why bother? Just get a new one.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Holy
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
bummer, dude.
Yeah, I'm still like shocked it happened, to be honest. I still can't believe it. So wild. I'm gonna have PTSD forever now.
Anytime she like picks something up near the TV, like, no. When you like step away from the TV, you're like, Logan, like, dude, come over with me. I just gotta come with you everywhere.
Jeez, man.
Fuck, dude.
Where's this guy?
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to connect. What happened?
Yeah, he was here. I don't know what happened. Did he say anything in the chat? Oh, he did.
He said something. I'm just getting set up now. He
That
said
was 8 minutes ago.
amateur.
Rip a couple rounds of Halo while we wait for him.
Oh, buddy. You don't have to ask me twice. I've been playing a lot of Halo, dude. Whenever I have time to play. It's all I've been playing.
Nice, man.
Dude, it was so jarring because, like, I've been playing specifically Halo Master Chief Collection, and then Shane joined me one night and we were playing, and then we're like, "You want to try a match of Halo 5?" We're like, okay, so we hop on Halo 5. It's a completely separate game, right? Because Halo 5 isn't a part of the Master Chief Collection yet, and like, it's obviously the most current Halo, and I was like, the controls are different. It was so jarring for me because I've been playing so much old school Halo.
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, what am I doing?" I was like, so bad, and I'm generally really good at Halo 5.
I guess it gives you a good, like, like, you got a really good feel of, like, that transition that everybody was, like, kind of upset about. Because, like, I guess it sort of happened gradually. Like, by the time Halo 5 came out, like, 4 and all those other ones had been, like, a long time.
Yeah,
But
I
if you're
honestly
playing
think
them
the
so
movement from
recently-
Halo 4 and Halo Reach is my favorite movement. It's so good because like that was like Reach was the first time they introduced sprint into the Halo franchise.
Yeah,
And
like
it was
the
like
jump
it was
pack
like an
and-
ability. It wasn't even like you can only sprint. Like it was on a cooldown, so you would
Yeah.
sprint, and then you would, and then you couldn't always sprint depending on the ability you chose. There was the jetpack. There was like the one where
Bubble
you send
shields.
like a clone, all that kind of shit, right? So just the fluidity of the game for Halo Reach is so good. Like it's they nailed it. They fucking nailed it in Halo Reach.
Agreed. I really like those abilities being added and then making them like you had to choose one of them, and it was like a cooldown ability. Like you really had to choose when to use it too. It was really smart. It was cool.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, Halo 3 still is my favorite. It's so good.
Here he is.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, he's got a Halo cup there, bud.
Was it? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, he's drinking
Is it
out
a
of
Halo
the Chief.
cup?
Oh, it's an Infinite.
Oh,
Halo
where'd you
Infinite.
get that from?
Whoa!
Is that 7-Eleven?
It's like a Russian doll cup.
It was a Circle K. They had 2 cups for the price of one, so they were.
Oh, I gotta
fucking got
go,
2
dude.
Halo
I'm going to
cups.
Circle K. I'm going to Circle K
I
tomorrow.
got Gabby. You don't have to. I got you
24/7,
one.
dude.
You already got them for me?
Yeah, I picked 2 up for you.
Oh, dude, you're
Oh,
so
what a
sweet.
guy.
Oh man, I'm gonna cry right now.
That's why. That's why I came on camera. I was like, you guys are talking about reach. It's fucking perfect. I had the cups right
man.
next to me.
Oh man.
I agree with Devyn though. I think we'll get started on the show in a second, but I agree with Devyn on the Halo Reach stuff. Like it made you really selective about like
Yeah, dude.
how to deploy your abilities. Like it's probably the reason that it's my favorite Halo game by quite a wide margin. It just does the abilities really, really well.
Yeah, Halo Reach is great. It's so
Love
good.
that game. Yeah. Campaign too. Such a good campaign.
Yeah.
Are we live?
Yes, we are. I'm recording it this time. Like,
So
I'm
happy.
recording it right away, so we'll get it right away
Nice.
this time.
Welcome. What is it?
What's up, buddy?
What's today?
July 15th. It's the Thursday.
Yeah, not the answer
Damn.
I was looking for. Thursday's more accurate to what I was looking for. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, did something happen today? Well, so things happened today, but like,
Or it's free day, man.
oh yeah, yeah, obviously because we're here.
Something weird happened with Date.
With what?
Sorry, can I just point out one really weird thing? We're all wearing white shirts with varying degrees of neck showing.
It's true. I'm the conservative one here.
Gabby's the most. Anyways, continue.
I gotta open up the
It's
chat.
true. Gabby's wearing the no show
I'm wearing my
equivalent of a t-shirt.
my
and socks.
Oshiaga shirt.
Is that your Oshiaga shirt?
Yeah.
Is that a pre-sweat or post-sweat neckline? That looks like a post-sweat neckline.
It's a pre-sweat.
Wow. Okay, I can't wait till you sweat in that one. It's gonna be down to your belly, dude. Yeah, something weird happened with days this week where it was like international, I think like Friday, but like
Yeah.
for French fries. But how do they not make that like an actual Friday? It's very weird to me that they didn't. It seems like a miss, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Fridays are probably taken, dude. Popular day.
Oh,
literally Friday. Like it's in the fucking name, McDonald's. Come on, figure it out for next year. Make it a recurrent Friday thing. Anyways,
I must say the Space Jam Happy Meal toys are pretty good.
Gabby,
Great
you're
day.
full into the marketing stuff right now. Like Space Jam, Halo, at Circle K.
Yeah, man. Give it all to me.
I'm pretty sure all this Infinite stuff is like from last year when they thought it was gonna launch because they've had fucking
Probably, yeah.
they've had marketing stuff for Infinite for so long now.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it's free Thursday, so we're back. There's no more Devyn free and Gabby free. We're all here.
The full
The gang's
combo.
back.
We're here.
The drink,
I'm here.
the fries, and the pizza.
I had to mourn a loss last week. So
Oh yeah, I was like, oh, what happened? And then I remembered. But it seems like you're
That's how you got
navigating
in the Halo
okay.
cups, dude.
No, I
Sorry,
got my
what's
Halo
that,
Cups
Daniel?
because I love him as a dear friend, and not because his TV broke.
I have to buy a brand new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not worth repair. Repair is like over $2,000. That's without labor.
Really?
Yeah, that's
You
what
didn't
they
even pay
told
it
me.
that much. You didn't even pay it that much, did you?
No, dude, isn't that nuts?
It's more expensive than what you bought the TV for?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's pretty shitty too, because it's not like there's been a big like change to the C or B models like in a while. Like you had G4s and you had 120, so I don't know if there's like you're not even gonna get much for like a new TV. You know what I mean? Like there's not gonna be a new feature or anything that you really get.
I've seen a new TV, man.
All right. Well, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. We'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll make sure you get it in time for Halo though, so we can.
I'm
we
gonna
can play.
have it by next week, buddy. Don't worry about that.
Okay, man. Probably you have it before I can give you the cups. Actually, no, I'll give you the cups tomorrow because I have stuff to give you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've got a case to give you.
Logan's
also
out
have
there
to
running
give you,
paper route every day trying to pay that thing off.
I have Greg's charger. I'll give it to you.
Why don't I'm just gonna bring a box of goods and we'll exchange. It'll be like we're breaking up. We're giving each other stuff. Anyways, yeah, it's Thursday, so it's me again, Dan. We've got Devyn, Devyn, obviously, this is your channel, so I don't really need to be introduced. And then
Uh,
low low neckline Gabby this week in the house,
Good to be back.
getting into TV. To have you
Yeah.
back. It's weird. We've all had our shots on subsequent Thursdays. I had my shot last Thursday right before the show.
hey.
Probably feeling.
Oh yeah, I
feeling
did
it.
mine on Thursday too. Canada did a Thursday.
And Devyn, I think you got yours on a Thursday too, didn't you?
I think I got it like a Wednesday, but the Thursday I was still not feeling good.
Nah, okay. Well, close enough. Well, we got quite a bit. I don't know if we have quite a bit to talk about this week, but there's some pretty big news today that I
Yeah.
definitely want to chat quite a bit about. So
Yeah, I had a nice debate with my buddies about this too, so I'm down to talk about this thing.
I have a lot of discussions I've had around it in different kind of groups that feel differently about it. So I'm very curious to know what the PC core group kind of feels about this. So, but before we jump into that, why don't we do a little bit of what we've been playing? What's been up for the last couple weeks? Gabby, you have 2 weeks to fill us in on.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with you? Because I'm probably playing pretty much the same things I was last week. But Gabby, you go ahead, start.
Sure. So I'm gonna start with the not so obvious answer. I actually started Octopath Traveler.
I saw that, dude. Okay, I was gonna
Oh,
ask you about this.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like high one night, and I was like, I want to play something, but I didn't know what I wanted to play. And I look at my installed games. I'm like, I have this installed. Oh, actually, I was playing The Sims 4 first, and I'm like, I'm so confused. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna play this game right now. And then I booted up Octopath Traveler, and I probably put about an hour into it. I'm not sure how far. I know Daniel played it for a little bit. Have you played it, Devin?
I've played 2 of the character storylines on Switch, I believe it was. I played.
Okay, yeah. So I'm playing the Thief storyline right now. That was the first one and I'm like, yeah, this is really cool, man. It's that old school Super Nintendo like type of RPG with like a modern-ish twist where it's a little bit 3D and like it moves and stuff. So
It's very
and the
pretty,
music's
eh?
great. Yeah, it looks really cool. So I'm probably gonna play that every now and then just to keep that up. But yeah, I was really into that. And the obvious game I've been playing a lot of Master Chief Collection again. Still, specifically Halo 3. I've been always usually playing the social playlists, Team Sniper, Team like a SWAT or whatnot. But I've recently been playing Halo 3 specifically, but the competitive playlist where it's just more so like standard 4v4 arena battles and been climbing up the ranks. That's been a lot of fun. Had some really clutch moments. And I tweeted about it. Like my passion project right now is making this this Halo highlight reel. So it brings me joy, and that's what I've been up to.
Oh yeah, with the Offspring song in it, that was sick, dude.
Yeah, man, so good, right?
It's gonna get muted for sure, but it was sick.
Yeah, so good, man.
I really like that game. I really like the art style of that game. I know we talked about it when it was going to Game Pass. Just about like the nature of the game and I played it on the Switch. It was probably one of my most anticipated Switch games when it launched, but yeah, I love that game. I think the art style is great. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but like that's exactly the style of game I'd love to see the Chrono series remade in.
I'm definitely gonna check out. I'm not really huge into Dragon Quest, but that Dragon Quest 3, I think it is, whatever one they're making in that engine. Like I'm really kind of looking into that. It looks cool.
Elusive Age also did you could play it in throwback mode or you could play it in the 3D mode, which is really cool. I love that. So yeah, some pretty cool ways to do like game preservation in a little bit of a different way. So Square Enix is doing some cool stuff with some classic RPGs, but Octopath Traveler is great. So I'm excited for you to play it a little bit more and maybe play through multiple stories if you get a chance, Gabby. But
Are they long? Each character storyline? Like, is it like what, like 5 hours?
No, that's kind of the complaint with the game is it's a little on the shorter side.
Like, was I right saying each storyline probably around 5 hours, or is that even long?
I think it might be. I want to say pretty accurate, but I don't really know. To be honest, I only did 2 of them.
I'd say about
6 to 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say about 8 is what I think I clocked in. I think I did 3 of them. So, yeah, I think it's a fair amount. So if you play through all of them, you get a pretty hefty game. But if you only play a single story, it's not very long.
Here, just text me. You're all wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, tell her about the necklines. Tell her the necklines.
Yeah, dude,
The
very
necklines
necklines.
Or like there's a like yeah, Devin is just like the
Not
no,
as intense.
Ortega's just the shortest, and then you got Devin, and then you go me.
Let it all out.
So what have you been playing, Daniel?
This is actually a pretty big content week for MLB The Show because of the All-Star game. So I've really been like playing a ton of that. Vladdy had like an amazing showing, and he got a 99 overall. He's the first 99 overall Blue Jay card, I believe, this year in the game.
That's cool.
So I was really grinding to try to get that. I was playing a lot of events and stuff like that today to try to get that card. And then there's a 99 player, 99 All-Star Game Shohei Ohtani, which has pitching stats and hitting stats, which is very rare in MLB The Show. So I'm pretty stoked to get that card. But in order to get that card, you have to collect like I think it's 43 cards from like various different like paths. Like I don't know how much you've played of it, but if you, I'll kind of summarize it quickly. Essentially, like different teams over the course of the year will have their own progression paths, and in those progression paths, unlock different tiers of like current players, but like better versions of those cards. So very similar to like Hockey Ultimate Team and FIFA Ultimate Team. But I think MLB does it in a really, really creative way where like a lot of these cards are just free if you just play, where you don't really have to pay to kind of win like a lot of the other Ultimate Team game modes. So it really is just a time investment. But you guys know how much I love baseball. So like All-Star Week, basically every All-Star got their own like 95 to 99 overall card. And then they introduced something this year where you can like prestige a card up to 5 times, which like buffs their hitting and pitching stats. So there's just a lot of stuff to do, and I was already behind from like the previous month, and then they just added like a season's worth of new cards and new players to play. So Vladdy being probably the most expensive one to try to get. So I really want to get that card, and then a couple of others. So played that a lot yesterday. Played quite a bit of it today too, just doing like daily challenges and stuff like that, and then. Still continuing to kind of chip away at Biomutant, having a lot of fun with that, continuing to get patches, a lot of fun. Love that game. Really don't feel any ways about it anymore as I did at launch, where it was like just not great in some areas. Like it just didn't have, I don't know, I've just narratively it just doesn't, it wasn't great at the beginning. Anyways, and that's pretty much it. Like I think I played a little bit of Fantasian this week, and then kind of busy over the weekend, so I really didn't game all that much, but I am looking forward to the Ascent, so I'll probably try to wrap up
2 weeks, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to probably wrap up Biomutant and catch up as much as I can in MLB, so I can really give Ascent a shot. I know Devyn and I were talking last week about how we're excited to play that co-op because we really haven't had a chance to play everything. Even the three of us haven't really had a chance to play anything together since kind of dropping off of Knockout City. But I'm excited to play the Ascent and play something cooperatively. So that's really what I'm looking forward to.
Nice. I have a question for you, actually, Daniel.
Yeah, what's up?
Is it strange, like the MLB All-Star game was like in the middle of the week? What's up with that?
It's always like that. It's always Monday, Tuesday.
Really? Why?
Part of it is scheduling. So if you think about like MLB is one of the leagues that has like they basically have a game every day. So I think it has to do with like weekend series and then travel. There's probably something in that. I don't know the exact specifics behind it, but it's always Home Run Derby on Monday, and then All-Star Game on Tuesday.
Which I heard was pretty exciting, the Home Run Derby.
Yeah, honestly, it was. I mean, I usually watch the Home Run Derby, but like it just seems like there's a lot of like youth in baseball right now, and there's a lot of people that are captivated by people like Shohei Ohtani and Vladdy and Tatis and Acuna and a lot of young players. So I was really happy as somebody who follows baseball, even when it's not at its peak or it's at its finest moments, between scandals and people doing all kinds of abusive shit to people. Like the sport itself has a lot of excitement and a lot of young stars that are coming up. So like this is one of the most exciting All-Star games I think I've ever watched. And to see Vladdy hit like the longest home run of his career in the majors so far on that stage, like it was pretty cool. And to hear like his buddy Tatis mic'd up as he hit it, like there's really nothing like that that happens within the regular season other than playoffs. So just to kind of hear everybody admiring each other's talent, it was really cool. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty stoked on it. It was one of the better games I've watched.
that's cool.
Yeah, man. Devin, what about you? Where were you at with what you've been playing?
So I actually been playing. I got back into playing Risk of Rain 2 again a lot. Like pretty much like doubled my playtime in that game again. I just keep finding out stuff about it that like gives me more reasons to go back in. But aside from that, I mentioned in the chat to you guys, but I had a couple friends who were asking me to play Final Fantasy 14 for a while, so I already had 2 emails that I had used for like free trials. So it wasn't you guys. Well, Ortega is kind of, but I already had emails that I had used for free trials, so I used another one and I started playing that a little bit. I think I'm like maybe level 12 now. But I'm honestly just like trying to fly through the beginning part of the game because I've done it a few times and like just trying to get leveled up. But yeah, that game's pretty cool. It's very pretty. I always still think it's like the prettiest MMO that's out there. Combat's super fun.
Sure. Yeah,
But like it's like a cool world too. I really like the whole Final Fantasy world. But aside from that, I've been watching actually some of that the new Sony owned Evo on Twitch a little bit. And that's kind of inspired me to go play a couple fighting games. So I got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Tekken 7. Like I just kind of hopped into a few of them. So I've been jumping into some fighting games just because, you know, they get me hyped watching those games. As far as the Sony Evo goes, pretty cool. Like it's pretty normal still. They're just doing like warm-ups right now. So I guess they're like, I don't know, like maybe for the broadcast as well.
what changed with like the whole? I guess they
Well,
bought
there's like
Evo.
there's like no Smash Bros. Like anything that's like exclusive is not going to be there anymore.
Oh wow, okay.
Everything
I
is
guess that makes
played on
sense.
PlayStation 5s instead of like
PC.
whatever else it would be on your PCs or Xboxes, maybe like whatever they could provide.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're gonna be like Sony's gonna back it like financially a lot more.
you would assume so. Yeah, that would make sense.
And then on like when like visually when you watch it, it's like the overlay and stuff is all like it's like the PlayStation ad, like the white and blue waviness and stuff. Like it's all very like presented by Sony kind of feel.
That's so interesting that they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the parts of it were like one of the announcers at some point he was like telling like they were doing Tekken and he was talking about like, okay, he's gonna do like left down kick, and then he's like, and then on a PlayStation it's like, because he was British, he's like, it's like a left kick is like the X button. He's like, when we say left kick it's like X button, and the right kick is the square.
Oh,
And
are
it's
they
like,
not allowed to use arcade sticks anymore?
They I'm sure they were, but like I guess he felt the need to like tell us what the PlayStation buttons were. I was like, okay, dude,
That's
we
so
get it.
stupid.
It's a PlayStation
Yeah.
thing. Like,
That's so
Devin,
dumb.
I appreciate you telling us what accent that was.
yeah, just so you know. I don't know, I just
Just
heard
in
it in my
case.
head, so I just like popped it out like that.
Given.
Give me. So yeah, I've been playing a bunch of random fighting games. Trying to think if there was one. Oh, the Power Rangers one actually is another one that I like. If you guys have never played that game, check that game out. It's a really, really good fighting game. It's sick. And there's like a whole bunch of different Power Rangers in it. But the ones you guys know will be in there. The Green Ranger, Red Ranger, Black Ranger, all in there. They're cool.
Cool, man.
Not blue, pink, and yellow. Oh, I think pink is in there actually, but not yellow. What else have I been playing? I think that's it. I did check out a couple Apple Arcade games, but honestly, it's like solitaire and like nothing worth really going too much detail on. Yeah, that's it. Just solitaire. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I've been playing.
Nice, buddy.
Risk of Rain followed by fighting games. And Final Fantasy 14. God, I have my music on and I just... Anyways, what's next? That's the...
I kind of want to talk. But I kind of want to talk about like, it's not gaming related. Devin, have you been keeping up with Loki?
No.
Fuck. Do you care at all about the show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will say like, as much as I didn't game very much this week, like I was pretty all consumed by Loki and the finale. Like I've watched it 3 times. It came out yesterday, and I've already watched it 3 times. Yeah,
Really?
Jesus.
So I couldn't. This is one of the rare times I couldn't stay up for the finale because I worked really early the next day. For Winter Soldier and Falcon, I stayed up.
WandaVision.
WandaVision, I don't remember, but WandaVision, I also wasn't like that was my least favorite of the three. So I don't remember if I quite stayed up or if I just watched that as soon as I woke up in the morning.
Mm.
But Loki, I was like, I really wanted to stay up. I was like, I'm just gonna be a zombie at work tomorrow. So I avoided all social media and everything until I went on lunch, and then I
That's
watched it on
3
lunch.
a.m., right?
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. They really need to move that to midnight
Jeez.
for the East Coast.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Kind of
Oh, it's like
ridiculous.
yeah, West Coast 12 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they really need to make an adjustment there. I don't know what that is, but they really need to adjust that. But um yeah, man, it was good, but like I don't know. There's just so many cool things I want to talk about out of that finale. That's really where like a lot of my attention went the last couple of days. So Devin, I hope you catch up soon. But Gabby, you and I guess could talk about that not on the show, but I was pretty high on the finale. I thought it was pretty fucking
It
cool.
was really cool, man. It was
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah,
And
for sure.
for me, it was the reason I've watched it three times is watching it at work. I was kind of like
You watched
just
it
trying.
at work.
I wanted to watch it because I couldn't go on social media. Like there were spoilers everywhere, so I was like, I need to get through this. Just like watch it, know what the plot points are, and then I'll get home and I'll really like spend some time watching it a little bit more. So then the second time I was able to kind of fully take it in, and the third time I was looking for like Easter eggs and stuff like that. Um, Shorter episode too. I think it was only 40 minutes. So I mean, in all, it's not really that long of a watch, but yeah, it was good, man. Like I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to watch it three times over. And one of the characters in the finale has been cast for a while now, so it was pretty exciting to kind of like see how that was going to factor into the universe at large going forward. So I am stoked, man. And we're getting Devin. I hope this isn't too much of a spoiler, but we're getting a season 2 of Loki. So this is the first. I think this is the first show that has been confirmed for a second season
Sequel.
because the other two are, I
Yeah.
think, were self-contained, right?
A WandaVision for sure, I think, is one and done. And I think there
Yeah.
might be, they said there might be potential that Falcon and Winter Soldier can return for a season 2.
But it won't be as far as I know, it won't be like the next like it won't be like next year in the near future because he's getting his own movie. Like we're getting a Captain America 4 with Anthony Mackie. So I assume that a season 2 is years
Oh,
off. But
sick.
with
That's cool.
yeah, with Loki, I think it'll be maybe next year or like maybe toward the end of the phase, depending on where some of the plot lines end up.
Yeah.
Um Man,
I know
there's just so many possibilities.
this
That's
is kind of
insane.
like related, but it's sort of a tangent too. But did you guys see that? It's like Deadpool and what's his name watching the trailer for Free Guy. It's
No.
Deadpool. It's Deadpool and that Rock dude from the Avengers. It's like the first crossover between the two like universes that
Oh,
they were able to do.
Korg?
Yeah, him and Korg. It's just the two
Oh,
of them
that's
watching
so
the
good.
trailer and they're just like bantering back and forth. It's so funny.
Oh man, I want to watch that. Korg is like one of my favorite characters in the MCU. He's so good in Ragnarok.
So I guess
And it is
Ryan
pouring
Reynolds
out.
and Taika Waititi are both in that movie. Yeah, I know.
He's
Actually, it
good.
was just when I got home, it started pouring.
You know what's funny is Taika Waititi and Ryan Reynolds have a previous relationship in Green Lantern. He plays his like best friend in Green Lantern.
Oh damn!
Isn't that weird? Yeah, I watched Green Lantern again recently because it's not
Hmm.
as bad as everybody makes it out to be, but
No, I used to like
it's
that
pretty
movie.
crazy.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
It honestly like it's not a good movie. Like it has flaws, but it's not as bad as some of the other DC movies that have come out since. And people like
Hmm.
piled on Green Lantern, and there are much worse movies that have been made since that
Like a
in the
fun
DC
comic
universe.
movie,
Yeah, it's fun. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds. Like he's not as much of like a shit talker as he is Deadpool, but like he's kind of an ass. Like it's kind of cool to see some of the stuff that they did with like Oa and the other planets. So Gabby, I would give it a watch if you ever can. It's mindless. Like it's not really gonna do anything
Yeah.
for you, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's fun.
yeah.
So yeah, Loki. I'm excited to talk about it. Yeah, I can't wait. Fuck man, I want the MCU. Like just want more MCU stuff like right now.
Soon, man.
Did you watch Black Widow?
Not yet. I'm gonna watch it in theaters. You wanna go with me?
I'll go see it with you. I watched it already, but I'll go see it in theaters with you.
Yeah, because Kara's been like giving me a hard time.
Yeah, I'll go see it with you. I also really want to see Suicide
Do you wanna
Squad.
do you wanna watch it on Saturday with me?
I can't. I have a baseball game on Saturday. Maybe Sunday.
I'm working.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out
So if
a
you
time
guys
to
go
see it.
Monday or something, I'll go with you because I'd like to see it, but I work this weekend. But Monday I'm off. So
Yeah, we can do that.
go as a podcast crew. We'll see Baps and Shabbat. We'll see them both there. No, they're gonna be there opening night for sure.
They're going to see Space Jam, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I want to see Space Jam too.
Shout out to movie podcasts because I know they've been dying to go back to the theaters and they get a chance to do that.
So happy for them. Yeah.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow opens up,
Is it
right?
tomorrow? Oh yeah, it's tomorrow. I was gonna say it's tonight because it's Thursday, but yeah, the actual restrictions don't lift until tomorrow. So tomorrow. So shout out to you guys. I know you guys are excited to go and see any movie. Space Jam 2. I heard Space Jam 2 is actually pretty fun too, so I hope that it's enjoyable in theaters.
Yeah.
But yeah, Black Widow, Suicide Squad. I want to watch Free Guy. I think Free Guy is actually going to be pretty fun. It looks kind of ridiculous, but that's a movie I'd go see.
Yeah, I agree.
We're gonna. Dune is coming. Oh my god, I'm so excited for movies. Okay, so let's talk about.
Speaking of movies too,
your thing.
The guy who I think it was like the director or the writer for the Mortal Kombat movie, he like teased that he's working on a he said it's like one of the biggest FPSs of all time. He's working on a movie, but he didn't say what it was, so a lot of speculation as to like what game that could be.
Finally, Resistance Fall of Man in the movie.
I'm hoping it's Doom. I'm hoping they go back and do Doom again, like make it good.
Doom. They already did Doom, and it was bad.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
what
Rock.
I mean. Like make it good. Like, it needs another chance. Like make it styled like 2016 and like that kind of Doom. Like lean into the Demon Slayer thing, and like they could make it fun. I think.
Yeah, it'll probably be really bad, but fun.
But it's gonna be like Halo or Call of Duty.
I don't think it'll be Halo.
People were thinking it's like Call of Duty or Medal of Honor, like the OG ones.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe,
could be that. But.
Maybe as we transition into the next segment, we could talk. Maybe this will kind of bridge it a little bit. But Netflix, I don't know if you guys saw about this, but Netflix is moving like fully into games division now. Mm-hmm. They hired somebody from I forget the name. I'm gonna have to look it up. But they hired somebody from I believe it was EA and Facebook, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. Do you want me to pull it up, or you got it?
I'll pull it up. Netflix gaming. And it's going to offer video games on its streaming platform, so there's a little bit more information about that.
Wild.
Mike Verdu is the name, and he is previously Facebook's vice president in charge of working with developers to bring games and other content to Oculus virtual reality headsets. And he was also at Electronic Arts. So the only concern I have here is his previous companies don't exactly have a great track record of like being, I don't know. They're just companies that I don't think are overall great for gaming. But I mean, Netflix getting into like video games, like they've kind of started to foray into that, like from their series, like having The Witcher. The Resident Evil show came out. There's been rumors about that Mass Effect show, which we talked about last week, Devyn. The animated series that might be coming to Netflix. So this is a pretty big, bold move to actually bring video games to the platform. I wonder if this is maybe something that becomes a partnership with somebody that doesn't have the infrastructure to stream games the same way that xCloud is a thing. So maybe like a Sony or a Nintendo partnering up with Netflix to be able to offer games on their streaming platform, like to diversify the way that you can consume their games. That would be pretty interesting. But I don't know what are your guys' thoughts on it? I haven't honestly given it a lot of thought, but I really hope it just means that there's more adaptations of video games that would have never made it to the silver screen that might get an opportunity to actually live on Netflix, potentially as like original series or even just like, I don't know, new properties that are going to be available on the platform. What do you guys think?
I mean, I also haven't thought about it too much, but it's Netflix. Netflix has done pretty cool stuff. I don't know, like I feel like they've gotten bigger and bigger each year, even though they've been raising their prices. People aren't happy about it, but when someone thinks about streaming services, Netflix is generally the first one you think about. So I'm excited. I already have Netflix, so if it's a part of the subscription I'm already paying for, I'll check it out. But I'm not like gonna hold my breath, you know?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I don't really have an opinion one way or the other because I don't really use Netflix that much anymore. So I don't know like how much value I would get out of something like that. Like if it's specifically for like video content that is like based in video game worlds, like I'm like kind of interested in it. Like I like watch The Witcher and the Castlevania anime and like that kind of stuff is like interesting to me. But I also did hear something about it being like an actual like they're gonna be like looking at making games too, and like I heard it likened a lot more to like Apple Arcade, and like in that sense, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe we'll see some like cool little casual games that'll like you can run off your TV or something, and like maybe just pair your Xbox controller to your TV or something like that. Who knows? Like, but again, it's like I see the use for it for people that don't want to spend money on a console, but it's like not something that I'm probably going to invest in. Like,
Well, I guess the goal is to maybe make it like a multimedia streaming platform instead of a singular like TV show and movie streaming platform, right? Like they're just going into a different media, different medium. And I think Mike Verdu, just reading a little bit more about his history, he's been a part of like the Plants vs Zombies universe. So like to your point, Devin, like mobile games, like maybe easier to consume, like less time consuming games. That might be where they kind of start, and then maybe they move into bigger narrative arcs or maybe stuff that connects to some of the original series that they're making. But I hope it means that there's more video game content, even if it's not actual video games, but just like even partnerships with, you know, big studios to be able to bring original TV shows and movies and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. I hope more stories get to be told in that capacity, especially as TV series.
For the I think we kind of talked about this a little bit, but for the Mass Effect series, if it was like everybody watches the same pilot, but there was like decisions you had to make, and then like the next episode there was like maybe like 6 different versions of that episode that you would watch depending on the decisions you made.
That would be crazy,
right? Like just little things were just changed in the film.
I feel like that would be a lot of work.
yeah, it really would be. Like, but if it's animated or something, like maybe that would. Wait, Gaby,
What's up?
You ready to play Halo, dude?
I'm not playing Halo.
It just switched. Your status just switched to playing the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Why? My Xbox is off. I'm so confused.
I just looked over on Discord. I was like, wait, what? Gaby's playing.
Yeah, I just saw that too. I just saw it pop up.
I don't think it's switched. I think it was been like that the whole time. It's probably just there from before, because you were playing before we came on.
I was playing before, yeah. I'm like, what? Like, what?
Well, Devin, that was kind of the rumor. Like, was that it was gonna be like this narrative that branched off in multiple directions, but like nothing obviously has been confirmed at this point. But we talked about like, did I say porn?
Yeah, you did.
At this point, nothing's been confirmed. So there's like, I guess rumors swirling around that it will be some sort of narrative branch, kind of like the Black Mirror movie, maybe mixed with. I don't know if anything's ever done anything like that, but yeah, if it's animated, obviously that makes it a little bit easier. But that would be really cool. Like to be like, the Mass Effect series, how did it go for you? Like, did you, do whatever to the council, or did you sit like, you know what I mean? Like some of the decisions that were in the games. So that'll be pretty exciting.
If it's animated, I really hope that like one character is just written in as a joke character who just has like a fucking weird animated face, just to like poke fun at the games, Like his eyes are just really wide and stuff, and like just poorly animated. He's just like the Andromeda guy. Maybe his name's just Andromeda too, just so it's really obvious.
Virgin Andromeda, yeah, it's facial animation. I mean, let's be honest, the facial animations were never great in the Mass Effect series. Even Andromeda just had like the worst of it, but like you've played one now, like they're not great.
Yeah, I learned basically that the only facial animation that Shepard has is and just talking. Like he just frowns and talks, and then sometimes he'll like. But he's always frowning. He frowns way too much.
Yeah, because he's like, the Reapers are coming. And you're like, yeah, we know. But there's like other stuff happening in this conversation too, Shep. And he's like, yeah, but like the Reapers. And you're like, all right, man. I'm like, I'm going to go over here.
Like, okay, goodbye. And he's just like...
Yeah, he's just like super rigid. It's like the aliens, it actually looks okay. Like the Turians, when they speak, you really don't notice it, obviously. But like for us, it's when humans speak that you notice it the most. Because you're like, this person has zero inflection. He's just... neutral to everything being told.
Yep.
So yeah, Netflix is getting into gaming, and then we've got some other stuff we want to talk about too. So do you want to talk about today's news first, or do you want to go over maybe some stuff that got announced earlier this week, and then we'll end off on the big announcement today?
Yeah, do we think it's a big announcement?
I think it's a big announcement.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I think it counts as a big announcement.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. That's part of the debate I had with my friends.
All right, well let's talk about it then.
I'm playing SpongeBob now. What the hell?
Yeah, I saw you playing SpongeBob too, actually.
I play that with Logan.
Maybe let's go through some quick. Let's
Yeah, we'll
leave
do
on
that
this.
at
So
the end
let's
then. Yeah,
let's do some quick news stories. So there was a news story today that Star Wars will not be at EA Play, but there might be some showing, I guess, next year. So not to expect a new
Oh,
Star Wars
that
IP.
dropped today?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Damn, I missed that. That sucks.
I know we were really hoping for Fallen
that
Order 2
massive
or
game.
Or the massive game, yeah. Well, no,
why
that's
would
not even
why would the
EA.
massive
That's
game be at
Ubisoft.
EA? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Devin.
Expectations, Devin. Keep them in check.
Yeah, Fallen Order 2 would have been a cool announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not happening, so go fuck yourself. What else, man? Anything on your plate, Devin? Like, I don't really have a lot this week, to be honest with you.
Let me take a quick peruse at the headlines because
The only thing I really want to talk about, I think that was the headline this week, was the resurgence of Final Fantasy 14. Was there a reason it went nuts? Like, what happened? Streamers?
Yeah, streamers started playing it again and just got really popular. And like, yeah, the free trial is like pretty good. So it sucked a lot of people in.
It's available on PS5, yeah?
It is cross-platform, sorry. It's on PS5? I don't know.
Is it on PS5?
I believe so. I think it got its next gen update.
Oh, Pokemon Unite actually got a date. It's coming out next week, July 21st for Switch. That's the Pokemon MOBA.
On mobile, right?
It's starting out for Switch, and then it comes out on mobile later.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it.
I'm really excited to try that game. Like, it looks like it's going to be really cool. They've showed off a bit of it already. It's made by the same company who makes Arena of Valor, which is like a pretty solid mobile MOBA as well, so they have good experience. Fucking, like, cheats up the wazoo. People are talking about Call of Duty cheats. I don't know if you guys have been seeing all this too.
I saw that. Yeah, people are just like really complaining about it. It's apparently it's like unplayable.
Getting really bad apparently in Apex, Call of Duty, and then there's one other game, Valorant. Apparently there's
They all got hacked.
Apparently even in console games now that they've kind of found a way with capture cards to be able to do like auto aim and other kinds of hacks. So they've just like people have been battling it like crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah. Actually, I know the latest update for that was the person who released that video advertising the console hack. He actually took it down at Activision's request and then like released a big apology statement. He said some bullshit about it being for accessibility, but yeah.
There was that rumor about Bloodborne. Finally, I mean, there's a fucking weekly rumor about Bloodborne, like PS5 and PC.
A meme that was like swear jar and Bloodborne rumor jar, and like the Bloodborne rumor was just completely filled.
That's funny. I mean, I hope I think we're all in the same boat. It's a game that we all want to try. It seems a little bit too far removed from like now, so we're waiting for a 60 frame, at least a 60 frame update. I think that's like the bare minimum that would make me play that game. But if they did a remaster, it'd be pretty sweet.
Oh my god. So I'm just reading this headline about this Chinese facial recognition software in Tencent games. Says like if you're 18 years or younger and you're playing a game and like you're not supposed to be, it'll just like you won't be able to play between the hours of looks like 10 and 8 a.m. It'll just like log you out of the game using your face. That's crazy.
That's pretty wild.
That was a Destructoid. That's nuts. Anyways, yeah, I don't see anything else that's too interesting there.
I think another thing to consider is GDC is starting on Monday, so we'll potentially get some news next week. I don't know what it's going to look like this year. Just looking at registration, like seems like a lot of developer events and just like networking, but we do usually get at least a few announcements at GDC that are exciting. So hopefully next week we have a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, Devin, this is I think this is big news. Gabby, you seem to think it's big news.
I think it's cool. Like
it's pretty big news.
I was like, "Whoa, this is a little interesting." And the more I looked into it, the more I was like, "Yeah, this is cool. I'm into this."
So what are your initial thoughts? And I guess what was your discussion looking like with your? I know that you're probably the most PC um based gaming friend that I know of.
Mhm,
So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I definitely feel pretty strongly about this as well. So um
mhm.
yeah, what do you think, man? Like where are you at with this?
I think it's cool. I'm into it. I particularly like I might like it's expensive, so for me, I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I'll kind of have to like sit on it for a bit, hopefully for a price drop. But my friends that I was talking with, like they're very like PC centric. One of them like it's like all he plays on is PC. He doesn't even have consoles anymore. Any like modern ones. The last console he has is like a GameCube. Um, so for him and for the other guy, it was kind of like, why? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would I buy this? Like, it's like a shittier version of all the games I already have on my computer. Like, this doesn't make any sense to play. Which for them, like, yeah, I understand that like, it's just like it's kind of like almost like getting a Switch when you have the option of getting like a PlayStation or something. Like, you could play a lot of the same games like better. Like, there's Doom Eternal they have on there. Like, so I guess it's like that same concept is like I was trying to kind of argue that like it's cheaper. So like someone who doesn't have any computer peripherals or anything and they want to get into PC gaming, like it's kind of enticing. It's still expensive. Like it's not cheap. It's close to the price of a PC, so that's kind of the tough part. But
So,
go ahead, Gabby. Sorry.
like, I know, like, I don't know, something just doesn't feel right. Like when you say this is like, I guess, an entry for someone who doesn't have a PC who wants to get into PC gaming. Like, to me personally, I don't like count that as PC gaming because you're sure you're playing a video game that runs on a PC, but you're very much playing it in a handheld device. You know what I mean?
You
Like
should
PC gaming for me is like keyboard and mouse.
watch
That's PC gaming.
watch IGN's video on this thing, Gabby. There's like a 5 minute video they did on it.
Yeah.
So the reason why, like, you actually see them set it up. You don't need a special dock. There is a dock for it, but you could use any dock, and you could actually plug a mouse, a keyboard, a monitor into it, and then you can just play it like a PC. It actually
Okay.
runs. You can just erase ThemeOS and you can put Windows on it. Like, it's literally a computer. Um,
Okay.
so the benefit is like, you can like take the stuff around with you, but if you want, you can just plop it in a dock on a desk and you can just play like a PC game. So it's
Got
almost like
it.
a Mac Mini in that sense, but it has like the other parts on it.
I thought it was strictly just a handheld.
It's yeah, it's got a little bit more to it. So that was, once I found that stuff out, I was like, oh, okay. Like, once people like break this thing, like when they crack it and like you can start running emulators and stuff on it, like it's gonna be a badass emulation machine playing like you're gonna be able to play like PS2 games and stuff on it, and they're gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be wicked. So it started to get enticing for me in that sense, but it's still very expensive. So
What's the
that's
cost Canadian?
so these are the
Oh, the,
prices you're looking at. So $500 to get micro SD, or you pay $659 is the base NVMe
that
SSD
is
model.
expensive, man.
Yeah. Also,
And
the
how
website's really
powerful
neat.
is this thing?
So it's a custom. The website's really nice. How the colors just change slowly. Um,
I'm
they
buying
they
it.
they talked about it a little bit on in that video, but it's so they worked with AMD. So the CPU is something I believe that already exists, and then they are coupling it with some custom GPU. So it's supposed to be as powerful, roughly, as an Xbox One slash PS4. They said, like, that era. But
Okay.
this
So
thing's
that's like
gonna.
not sure.
The screen is 720p, I believe. So it's not full 1080. So another reason why it doesn't need to be as powerful. It's gonna have like ray tracing and all those modern goodies. So it's
Wow.
gonna be interesting. I'm more excited for like Digital Foundry to get their hands on it and do their thing with it, because that's maybe when we'll see how this thing's really gonna be.
That's so interesting. I wonder what like really like the target audience for this is. It is really expensive. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of our debate. Was like, I was saying like Ortega to me was like, because he was telling me like he was looking at it, and I was like, okay, he's got both consoles and he doesn't want to like build a whole PC, so like, I mean, this is maybe interesting for him. Like,
I am literally the target audience, and I'm stoked on this because it's been so
Really, eh?
long, dude. I'm so excited for this, and here's my reasoning. Like I've talked about it here, and anytime I talk about my Switch, I play my Switch 95% as a handheld device because I use it as my indie machine. I don't think that you need like a huge TV for games that I think the Switch is becoming synonymous for games like Hades. And I just like the mobility of having something in your hands. But also for me, like to what Devin was talking about, I don't want to really build a PC. I don't have a home for a PC. I don't really have like a designated space for a PC. I play everything. I have this like beautiful TV that I use for all my gaming stuff that I'd love to be able to use with a PC. If I were to buy a computer, I'd probably just leave it and connect it to my TV and just game off of that, to be quite honest. Keyboard and mouse gaming doesn't really interest me all that much. But the big part that makes this enticing to me is I think about all the games that I wanted to play in early access on Steam. I don't have a PC to play them. I think about all the games that I hope come to Nintendo Switch one day as an indie. I don't have a chance to play them until they actually come to Nintendo, and that sometimes is up to a year after. But then on top of that,
not just Steam. Like they were saying, you could run like Epic Games Store, like you could run other games.
yeah, man,
off of it too. Like
yeah, like the reason that I think this is gonna, price aside, the reason I think that this could give the Switch a run for its money is it's not just Steam, it's the idea that you could get Xbox on this thing, you can get Game Pass on this thing, you can get other game storefronts on here, as well as all of the indies that people are waiting for to come to the Nintendo Switch. They don't have to wait anymore. You can get them on this thing and play them basically like you would your Nintendo Switch. And so there's so many possibilities that come with something like this. And then for me, it's a really, really simple investment because I've been looking for a way to play the Old Republic for a long time. I don't need crazy specs to be able to play a game like that. I just want to have something to be able to play it on. And so
this would actually be so sick for that. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I can't wait to get my hands on this thing so I can play the Old Republic content that's coming out later this year, finally get back into that game. But also indies, like, I think about that game. I think it's called Valheim. That's a game that I've been wanting to play. I don't have a console to play or a PC to play it on, so I was really hoping that it was going to get, it was going to come to consoles, but that's obviously not going to be the case. And then the additional piece, like the last part, is that this thing already has a built-in library of games if you go out and buy it. Like, I have a huge Steam library of games that I bought in summer sales from 5-6 years ago that I never really played. This comes with all of that. It's not like you're having to buy a new platform. Like, there's already probably hundreds of games that I own that I could probably jump in and play. I can play Knights of the Old Republic on this thing, the patched version, like KOTOR 2, the one that has a modern update on a mobile console. That's something I wanted to do on my Switch for so long. So like, there's just so many things that I look at this thing and I'm like, it's about time that somebody gets into this space. And I rarely think I'm going to connect this thing to a monitor. I'll probably play it handheld most of the time anyways. So I'm super stoked. You need to buy, I think, a Steam game prior to June 28th to be eligible for pre-orders tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to pre-order this thing tomorrow. I can't fucking wait.
Oh, you're going to pre-order it, eh? You want to, okay. I'm like interested in it, but it's like I just want to like I'll try yours. I guess.
Well, it's super simple. It's super simple. The pre-order process is super simple. You put $5 down, and then you get invoiced in December. And if you want it, you get it. And if you don't want it, they refund you your $5. So there's no harm in pre-ordering it. Yeah, December of this year.
Which is the other thing that I'm like, I thought there was like a chip shortage and stuff. So like I feel like this thing's gonna be super hard to get.
Yeah.
It does look like a Game Gear, though. Everyone keeps saying
it does look like a Game Gear.
It absolutely does. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Nino Cooney on
here. Yeah. I mean, it's on Switch right now, but it's fine.
Oh, it's got gyro. I forgot too. That was cool.
Yeah.
The other thing I was thinking, like everyone's talking about the screen size and stuff, but I think people are forgetting, like we sort of learned with the Switch that like the better the game looks on us, like then we shrink the screen down, like if the game is like really like graphically intense, if you put the screen like smaller, it makes it look better, like it looks even nicer. But yeah, now you can see the setup here, Gabs.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at this thing to give me like the visual fidelity that I'm expecting out of like AAA, first party games from Sony or from Xbox. But like it really is those indies and stuff. Like this looks really cool to me for like smaller games.
You're just showing, I didn't realize that capacitive touch sticks. So they had this, like so the Steam controller, I actually had 2 of these things. You can see when he moves it right now, it doesn't do anything. He puts his thumb on it, and then he can move, and he lets go.
That is cool. That is cool.
He's going to put his thumb on the stick, and it does the same thing. So the Oculus has that too. When you, like, in VR, your thumb, when you place your thumb down, it, like, knows to, like, make your thumb model move. So it kind of gives you
that
that
is
version.
Super sick.
Yeah. Really neat.
pretty interested what they're going to be able to do with the Valve.
It does look like it's got the same vents as the Switch. Like it's
Hey, I know.
Dude,
It's
the power
super
buttons
funny.
the power buttons in the same place. The volume buttons, the USB, like
Ooh.
it looks
I
it
forgot
looks
about
so
this, dude.
similar.
Did you guys see this? This game
The
looks
Nickelodeon
sick.
game.
All Star Brawl.
And it looks
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
I want to play as Danny Phantom really
I
badly.
hope
So
it goes
many,
to. I hope it comes to Game Pass, man.
Yeah. There were so many like deep cut characters. I was like, holy shit, powdered toast, man.
Sandy.
But yeah, the I'm excited to see this.
Isn't
this-
it crazy how much it is? It's exactly like Smash Bros. It's insane.
Is it made by the guys who did the PlayStation one? Or did
I don't
they just
think
happen
so.
to call it the same name?
Well, yeah,
It was-
because it was called PlayStation All Stars, right?
Yeah, All
Battle
Stars
Royale, All
yeah.
Stars Battle Royale.
Oh, this is All Star Brawl. Okay. Yeah, as
I
far
think-
as the Steam Deck goes, I'm excited to like check it out, but I think it needs to come down in price for it to like really compete with the Switch. And I'm really having a hell of a time because I have that thing called the Stream Deck, and the fact that they called it a Steam Deck is really fucking with me.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna kind of go after them. That was one of the first comments I saw. Was like from a copyright standpoint, it's like it's so similar in name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's gonna be. I don't think the audience for it is gonna be PC gamers that already have a built-in PC. I think it's people that not necessarily entry level into PC, but might already have a Steam library and want something that isn't like a whole station to be able to play at. Like,
It's
I don't know. It
honestly,
just
even,
seems
even
super
if you
compelling.
have a PC, it's kind of enticing still, like in the same way that like the Switch Lite would be enticing if you have a Switch already. Like
Yeah.
they were saying they don't have it yet, but they were saying like cross like resume or something that they're working on, so to be able to like leave your computer mid game and then just like pick up the Stream Deck and Steam Deck and like pick up where you left off. And like you just mentioned the Old Republic, and I'm like, dude, how cool would it be if I could like play at home and then you're like, yo, come over, and like I just bring it over and then like chill on the couch
Yeah,
and
man.
play it with you. Like that would be really cool. Like, so I mean, not for $800, but you know, like if it's cheaper, then maybe I get it.
$800 is a lot, man.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
if
want
you
that
go-
big one. Like,
Do you like the one that's not like the one that's a micro SD or whatever it is? If you buy that one, can you make it an SSD one later, or is it
I
like
don't
you're
know.
shit out of luck?
they do have an SD card slot in it, so I don't think you can change. Like, I know you can increase the capacity of the other models, but I don't know if you can change the drive inside if it's
Yeah,
you get
I
the
think
other
I
one.
think I think Devin nailed it. I'm gonna probably go for the mid one because I think some of the premium stuff is like I don't really know if I want like the etched anti-glare glass and like
If
all of
you
those
play
other
outside, you
features.
need that anti-glare, dude.
Yeah, I know, but like for $890, I just bought new consoles last year, and I'm
That
trying
is
to get an OLED
crazy.
Switch, so
It's
there's no way.
$800 something dollars.
I'm trying to think about it like a Mac Mini, or I'm like, yo, if you can plug in peripherals like a PC, and like the Mac Mini is like in a similar price range right now, I guess, but you don't really get the like screen and controller and stuff with it, so it's like it's kind of I don't know, it is expensive, but it's still a very like there's a very small market of people that would get it, I think.
To be fair, like NVMe storage within itself was like $250 to $300 for 256 gigs right now. So like that's like half, if not a third, of the cost of the console just in the storage that it's using. So I guess for me, it's expensive. I'm not trying to say it's not expensive, but like considering what's in it, it's not crazy. Like even Gabe today was talking about how it was like critical for them to get it to $400, but like a non-negotiable. But like it hurt them to have to bring it down and cost that much. Like I could see that being the reality where it's like it's a lot cheaper than what it could have been had they really like, you know, priced it outside of what's priced at right now. Again, I'm not saying it's cheap. I'm just saying it's not. I don't see it as like this astronomically expensive thing considering what it is.
It's not like it isn't crazy, but it's just a little too much for what it is. Like I guess for someone like me who already has a PC and stuff, like to entice me to
Yeah.
want to try it, like it's too much for me to like dabble in it, you know?
See, for me, I'm like, no, like it's not really like my alternative was to buy a Mac Mini, so it's cheaper than a Mac Mini.
Yeah.
and it's cheaper than building a PC by a couple $100, and it suits my needs a little bit more. I'd rather play mobile anyway, so like this is kind of the perfect thing. I've been looking at like Steam machines and old Alienware. Like the Alienware Alpha was something that I wanted. Like I literally wanted just to pick up something that I would be able to plug into a TV and basically run it that way with a controller attached. So like this is This is exactly what I was looking for quite some time now. So I'm stoked on it, man. I can't wait for it.
I wonder how long it'll be until they like, if they even reiterate on this thing, because they did. So that as far as like the performance goes, they mentioned that like you could run most modern games at like mid to high settings, and I was like, oh, mid to high, like for most current games. I was like, that's like a little bit like, oh, okay. So how long is this thing gonna feel like good? You know, like I mean, I guess the Switch is making it work. So, but I mean, are you gonna have to keep playing games at like lower and lower settings like next year, like right away? Like, I wonder how long it's gonna to last.
I guess depending on what like you're looking to play on it, because so I mean, again, to the PC crowd that's buying this that already has a PC, I don't know if I want to play like a Ghost of Tsushima or like some of the Sony productions that are on this, or even Halo, other than like multiplayer matches like that. That's I don't look at this thing and think like I want those big like cinematic game experiences on this. Like I'm thinking more indies, like Hades. It ran not great on the Switch.
Oh, okay. I feel like it's a
But,
lot of
like-
money for an indie machine, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like some of those indies still aren't on the Switch, and the Switch doesn't particularly run indies very well either. And the Switch OLED isn't like it's going to really improve upon performance
Yeah.
either, right? So, there's like a very sweet spot, and I think like I happen to be in that sweet spot where I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted to do with the PC.
You happen to be, or you're putting yourself in the sweet spot.
No, man, like
I'm
I've been
just teasing
Devin,
you, buddy.
Devin for like no, but I mean like it's a fair assessment. But like Devin, I've been talking to you about how long about like, hey, I want to get a PC, but like
Yeah.
I don't want to pull the trigger. I don't want to pull the trigger on a tower. I'd rather just do it on like my Mac already. Like I don't want to spend the extra. Like this is money, but it's like I could see myself actually playing this pretty often, depending on the games that eventually come to it. So
Yeah. I mean, another thing I actually just thought of that would be kind of useful is you could bring it to a place where your friend has a PC and plug it in. Like you could just like use their peripherals and be like, hey, check out this stuff. Like, it's there's definitely like the fact that it's portable is it's cool. It's definitely cool, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how it goes. Valve's got a poor track record with hardware, so it's other than their VR stuff, they're not looking so hot.
Yeah, they haven't been the hottest in that regard. But again, like for the pre-order period, I just saw the cost now because that page actually wasn't up earlier. But for $5, like throw $5 on it. If I change my mind by December, just you get your $5 back, even if you didn't get the $5 back, whatever. But like, if I can get my hands on one by the end of the year, and then try it out, and it's actually not that bad. Like once Digital Foundry probably gets their hands on it in previews, you can pay your invoice or you can just leave it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
It sells poorly, and then I can get it for like half price, like in a year or two. So it's like it's just a computer, so it's not like it's going to be obsolete, and they're like not going to make games for it anymore or something.
Yeah,
I could see it getting like its OLED reiteration, like not far off in the future, and then maybe like I don't know, faster NVMe and a better graphics card. But again, like I don't know how based off of what I'm using it for, like I don't know if I'm gonna go for that version of it, just based off of like if it's an indie machine and I'm playing an MMO that's 10 years old on it, I don't really care how well it's gonna run. It's gonna run well no matter what, right? So we will see. But tomorrow is a pre-order date. They go live at 1:00, if I'm not mistaken. You had to have purchased a game on Steam prior to June 28th, I believe. And that's how you become eligible to be able to reserve one. So
less than a month ago, like you have to buy a game.
You have to have had a purchase on your account prior to June 28th, and it's to combat.
Buy it up, yeah.
Like I bought Among Us, let's say like 4 months ago. That doesn't count.
Yes, as long as you have a game prior to June 28th of this year, you can buy. You can
they just
reserve
don't
one
want like
tomorrow.
an account with no games on it just being made and buy like pre-ordering.
To buy.
Oh,
yeah.
like before June 28th.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good,
It's to fight. It's to fight bots because like look what happened with the PS5 and stuff like that.
I got you. It makes sense. That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be keeping my eye on this thing for sure because it's cool.
I can't wait to play the Old Republic. We're 5 months away, Devin. We can finally play this fucking game.
You just gotta spend $800 and then we can play it.
It's not buying the $800 one, dude.
Well, after taxes and stuff, it's gonna be $800.
The middle one, yeah.
I spent $80 to play Outriders.
I spent fucking
so it's totally fair that he spends $800 to play it.
I spent $7 on an Xbox Series X. I've played for 15 fucking hours in November of last year, so I'm sure this will feel pretty good.
7. You said 7. You meant 700, right?
Yeah, $700.
Oh, I thought you said $7. I was like, we didn't spend
No.
$7 on that thing.
I wish I did.
You said $7 though.
$700. That would have been a great deal. That would have been roughly how many hours I played on
$1
it
for
since
each
it came
hour.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I've made poor investments more recently, so I'm not worried about this Steam Deck thing. Weird name.
Yeah. Steam Deck.
Steam
Actually,
Deck.
they should have called it the Super Switch, man. That would have been so funny.
Why the fuck? Like the Valve switcheroo?
Yeah, the switcheroo.
The Switch? Question mark.
They would have got.
I wonder what like Twitch integration and stuff like that's gonna be like. I guess because it runs in OS, right? So it'll be just like Steam.
I think it's gonna be bad at that, like multitasking stuff. Like you're not gonna want to like stream on this thing. Like I'm sure you could try it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm the thing I'm most curious about is when a game is running at like decent settings at a good frame rate, how hot and like how does this thing gonna perform? Like it's like just a little bit thicker than the Switch, so it's like I'm really curious about how it's gonna cool down. Because the Switch fan gets going sometimes too, and they're playing Zelda and stuff. So it's
Really
going
chugging to get
sometimes.
those fucking 8 frames out of Breath of the Wild. So,
Yeah, exactly. Dude, you could probably emulate Breath of the Wild Wii U version on this better than the Switch could play Breath of the
Switch.
Wild.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Do you think so?
I don't know.
With this announcement in mind, and with the Switch OLED being kind of underwhelming, do you think this is more similar to what we can expect from a Switch Pro or a Switch 2 whenever that happens, assuming it happens next year around Breath of the Wild 2 time?
No, I think the Switch Pro, whatever, will probably not be as powerful as this thing.
Yeah, I would agree.
And it won't have the same technology with the. Yeah, no way. No way.
Interesting. So you think Nintendo will still have a deficit when it comes to power?
Yeah, they've never been
100%.
like on the forefront of
100%.
technology since was probably like the GameCube. I think was like.
If I was a betting man, I was a betting man.
I think we'll get a. Well, they said
Like,
this is like PS4, PS5, so.
But that's still behind though.
Though that's where this thing is apparently at, and like the Switch is like, I'd say the Switch is a Wii U, right? A little bit better than a Wii U. So like, they can't be too much further behind. Like, there's not really.
Well, the Wii U wasn't that. The Wii U was not that powerful.
Like I would think maybe if this is what did you say, Xbox One, PS4 ish, this thing?
Yeah. So if
Like
the
not
Wii
even
U is
pro models.
Like
not
pro
even
models
Pro
or like
1X,
base.
just the base, they said, yeah.
So like I could see the Switch Pro being around the same. Like
Yeah.
It'll be like worse, but yeah, close. Like it won't be because the thing is like the DLSS like rumor. If that's true, it doesn't need to be that strong. Like they can make it like half as powerful and it'll be able to look as like twice as good. But yeah, I don't know. They're like Gabby. I'm with Gabby. Like Nintendo's just not like forward thinking when it comes to that stuff. So I just can't see them doing it.
When people don't really go to Nintendo consoles expecting like raw power, like that's just not their MO for the audience nor the company itself. So it'd be surprising.
They'd fucking rule the world.
Do you remember the Zelda, like the 3D Zelda, like I guess like tech demo thing that they did for was it for the original Wii?
There's actually I've started to learn.
You're talking about Skyward Sword?
I think you mean just the Ganondorf fighting Link thing, right?
Yeah.
That was for GameCube.
Like from way back. Was that GameCube?
It was before Sky. Yeah, then Wind Waker was the Zelda.
Oh
game.
yeah. It was GameCube. Fucking Nintendo, man. They don't give a shit.
They're like, here's Zelda. Also, here's 3D Dot Heroes. They look fucking the
out
same.
of all the companies, man, they don't give a fucking shit.
Yeah, you know why they don't give a fuck? Because you bought 3D Mario All Stars. That's exactly why they don't give a fuck, Gabby.
240p, guys.
I remember this.
I'm not talking about this one, Dev. There's another one.
This
Are you sure?
Yes. Search Zelda.
Standard def.
Search Zelda.
There's an N64 one too.
Zelda. Just tech demo, I guess.
There's this one too. This was before Zelda.
Are you thinking
64.
about the fan made one that was one did it on the Unreal Engine, dude?
No, man.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think you might be, man.
That wasn't a fan that did that though.
Someone made an Ocarina Unreal Engine. Yeah, dude, it was.
Oh, maybe this.
Maybe
Yes,
this.
it was this one. 100% it was this one.
Wii U demo.
They still haven't made a game that looks even fucking close to this game, and it's been like 10 years.
This is, like, I feel like the Link in this looks like Skyward Sword Link.
He looks like him, but like, look at the actual environment, like the way it fucking runs. This looks actually like a cinematic game.
Because it's a cinematic, dude.
Yeah, but like games can look cinematic, and the cinematics look cinematic. Like this looks fucking sweet. And I think the Guardian comes and attacks him.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Is it the Guardian?
I don't remember now. It's been a while since I watched it.
Man, isn't it
Is
crazy?
it a Guardian?
How did they get
No, it's a
Wii U
spider.
out of this?
Spider, yeah.
Or how did they get Breath of the Wild? This was a Wii U demo.
Yeah.
This was an early Wii U demo.
Yeah.
This is like, I think at its launch, right? Like this is what they said, like this is what the Wii U is going to be able to do.
Like I think when they revealed the Wii U, no?
Yeah.
But it's like so clear now seeing the game that this is just like a video. Like it's just a pre-rendered video.
They literally like, yeah, here's the Zelda movie.
I remember I got so hyped watching this when they first revealed it.
Yeah, and then they
have
let you
the-
down for 9 years straight.
Nightfalls.
They have the camera moving just to make it seem like, oh look, it's a real game.
But anything Zelda, I'll generally buy. I'm not buying that garbage fucking thing that you bought, the Game and Watch or
I
whatever.
didn't buy it. You understand? I didn't buy it. I pre-ordered
the
it,
same
so
thing?
it means I'll
Yes.
cancel it last minute. Yeah, it's just at nighttime now.
For fun. Just watch random Zelda videos.
Yeah, man. Like that's fucking Nintendo. That's all I gotta say.
I remember this one too.
Oh, actually, yeah, let's watch that Unreal thing. There's
The
like,
Game Awards. It was revealed in 2014. That seems so long ago now. This is so cool.
oh my god, it looks so good.
It looks so good.
This looks better than the fucking.
Yeah, it does. This is on Unreal 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks so good, dude.
Yeah.
Look how fucking cool that looks.
Imagine Nintendo did this.
Oh my god,
Oh,
no, they
fix
would
the
never, because it would
They
make
would
people
never.
happy.
They would never.
Man.
God, it looks so good.
Because they need to release a fucking Steam Deck or else they would never be able to
Yeah,
do this.
in theory, could you not run this on Steam Deck then, in theory?
If you can get the Unreal demo, yeah, I don't see why not. Unless it needs like
So
a
you could fucking make
beast.
better Zelda games on the Steam Deck than Nintendo's making on their current Switch.
You could probably run like Mario 64 with like texture mods and stuff and make it look better than the collection on
Yeah,
Switch.
dude. I just thought about like I didn't even think of that earlier, but like yeah, for games that I used KOTOR 2 as the example, like that game got a huge mod that like made it way more
Damn.
stable and like make it feel way more complete. Like
The
that
bunny
wouldn't
ears
have
are so
been
floppy.
that
Dude,
game wouldn't have been
This looks
possible.
sick.
This looks,
Yeah, this looks
so,
so
good.
cool.
There's like a lot of it done. I only saw
What
him
a-
like running through the field before. I never seen the like town.
God, it's making
Yeah,
me
man.
want to play Ocarina of Time, man.
Oh, is he gonna fly with it? Those fucking guys.
It's like
What
a
a
little
good
bit too
game.
fast, but
It could be fast forwarded though.
The lighting, holy!
it could be, yeah. Yeah, man, this
The
looks so
lighting looks
cool.
insane.
Navi.
Yeah.
So good. Oh man, one day, Nintendo.
Yeah, one day
Yeah.
Nintendo's just be like, fuck it, let's just make a.
Let's
beast
just make
of a
the
machine.
best console ever.
By the time
Yeah.
the PS5 and Xbox are like chips you put in your glasses, they're gonna be like, check it out, we got good graphics. Like,
Best 4K console ever.
That was good, Devin.
Nintendo.
Fucking Nintendo. We should start a podcast. Fucking Nintendo. We should. That should be one of our segments.
Fucking Nintendo.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, let's just.
I like
let's-
that actually.
We can put it in this fucking Nintendo.
Every
We'll
every
switch
episode,
stuff
up.
every
Never-
episode we record, we'll have to bring up some sort of fucking Nintendo news.
If we ever even take off a little bit in this space, Nintendo's gonna be like, no, fuck you. Like,
This week in fucking Nintendo.
Well, we all have Switches and can't wait for the next one. Like, God damn it.
This is officially a segment. It doesn't have to even be weekly. Whenever this is a fucking Nintendo moment,
Yeah,
We'll just do fucking
every time
Nintendo.
we bring up that piece of news, we'll just introduce it as fucking Nintendo. You know
Here's
what I mean?
Fucking Nintendo moment, guys. Today, Nintendo announces the OLED Switch.
Oh man,
Fucking Nintendo, man.
dude! When I first watched that trailer, because I was at work with no sound on, I'm like, okay, cool, sick. I instantly assumed it was a Switch Pro, and then later, like 2 hours later, when I was like, okay, let's go catch up on what this thing is, I'm like,
Like, it's an OLED display.
I'm like, the fuck? It's the
you like
same
the-
internals.
Still has
work?
fucking
Look at
drift.
this. Look at the kickstand. Ugh. Like, it was so stupid.
You know what's really-
That's
You know
like
what's
the
re-
most Nintendo thing they've ever done. Like,
I think
ever
what's-
done.
What's really funny though is like reading some of the previews on it. They're like, actually, the kickstand's actually a huge improvement. Like, it's actually a big thing. And I'm like, it's still not something you want to feature in a fucking
Yeah.
announcement video. Like, that's not
Who
a
the
hype thing to build up.
Who
They
the
just
fuck
put that in,
uses
like-
it in that mode though? Like, get out of here.
I use the kickstand, but it's like, just make it better. But it's like, it's not that, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta go buy that now. The kickstand's better. Like, I don't give a shit about the kickstand. Like, there's no
Nintendo-
Like,
PlayStation and Xbox are like, we got ray tracing and like 4K. We can go up to 8K, and they're like, you know, fucking kickstand, yeah. Holy shit, dude.
oh, they kept doing that in the commercial. They're like, kickstand, like, with the camera. I'm like, I don't give a shit about your damn
I feel like
kickstand.
they're like they just never left the 90s. They're like, look at all these fucking novelty things.
Fucking Nintendo.
Fucking Nintendo.
All right, there we go. There's our fucking Nintendo. We had two of them in one show.
So good.
We could probably have 100 if they ever do another fucking treehouse or anything. It's just gonna be an hour of fucking Nintendo.
Here, okay, I got another one then for you. Fucking Nintendo.
Oh my god, this is what it's turning into.
When you know how they did the remake of Metroid 2 for 3DS.
Yeah,
They just,
Samus
like,
Returns.
Yeah, they just didn't announce that. They just had their E3 conference and then their treehouse. They're like, oh yeah, then we have this Metroid 2 remake. Everyone's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? they just showed it off. That was the first time they showed it. Everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, go back to Nintendo. They fucking have a new Metroid game.
They're like, yeah, it's coming out in October. We didn't fucking tell you. You're like, no, you didn't fucking tell us. What are you doing?
They learned this time, though, to like build it up and made it something nice. But yeah, it was so like, I remember that.
It was also a super fucking Nintendo thing because they literally just said Metroid 5, but it was in like Times New Roman on a black screen. You're like, there's no fucking title. Like, why did you do it that way?
No, that I think made sense.
That was
made
cool,
sense.
but like, don't get me wrong, but like, you could have done like Metroid Returns or like Metroid is back or whatever, but like
Well,
Metroid
'cause
5 in like the most
like-
rudimentary font.
Intense Metroid fans, like, that's how they number them all. Like, it's Metroid 2, Samus Returns, Metroid 3, Super Metroid, Metroid 4, Metroid Fusion. Like, they all have
Yeah,
that,
which
so-
is no, I get that, but it's the fucking Times New Roman font on a black background. Like, it's just the most simplest. I get the hype behind it, but I'm like, can't you present it a little bit differently?
no.
Can you bring up the
It was-
announcement
it
for
was
that,
perfect.
please?
It was perfect.
Can you? Okay, man.
It was very
Can you bring up that video? Can we just look at it
Yes.
together again?
Yes, you can.
Gabby, I want you to impartial. Gabby, can you weigh in on this?
Sure. What am I weighing in on?
Another fucking. Is this a fucking Nintendo moment, or is this not a fucking Nintendo moment?
Okay, I'll hit watch stream.
Is this? Could you not have maybe done this like a little bit more like?
So immediately you know, shit, side scroller Metroid's back. Oh damn. That's
I
why
had
they
no
did that.
idea.
Get the message behind it, but like just white, just blank fucking like just simple text on a black background. Why not
That's
just
all they
do
had
like?
to do. That's all.
All right,
Is
man.
that
that,
powerful?
but isn't that the Metroid font?
It's not as bad as I remember it. It's fine. It's not as bad as I remember
This
it.
is like a crazy rumored game they finally brought back.
Samus's thing looks like a dog wiener.
The missile?
Yeah, the missile looks like a dog wiener. Go back, rewind that for a
Well,
second.
I don't think that's a fucking Nintendo moment.
The red rocket.
I feel
The
like
Red
game
Rocket.
I feel like the game's art style could have been better.
This game looks like really good. How excited are you for the 7?
I'm like not even like the biggest Metroid fan, but I'm pretty excited. Like,
Yeah.
I've never played a side-scrolling Metroid at release. I'm not super sure how I feel about this kind of stuff, like the stealth stuff.
Yeah.
I like it when it's more running the other stuff. But I'm still interested.
Can you play the Metroid games on the Switch right now, the previous Metroid games?
I think Super Metroid and Metroid might be those like in the free thing for playing
Metroid.
online. Are you looking?
Yeah, you can play Metroid Fusion on it, it looks like.
Fusion? How the hell can you play Fusion?
You can't.
Oh yeah, okay.
Is it Fusion only? Is it Fusion only on select 3DSs during that time where they gave out a bunch of games because?
Yeah, like it was part of the ambassador. It was part of the ambassador pass when they dropped the price on it. So
that means I have it on one of my 3DSs. I have Metroid Fusion on one of my 3DSs.
Hell yeah!
So I guess you can play them on your
right?
Maybe. Along with your 60 copies of 3D Mario All-Stars that you bought a couple weeks ago.
What?
We should find them and we should buy them.
I totally forgot about that. We should find them and
we should buy them.
Oh, that was great. That was great. That's funny.
I was trying to see if Metroid and Super Metroid are on Switch, but I have to update my Switch apparently.
I don't think so. I don't see them on there. I'm trying to like I'm searching the Nintendo like eShop right now and nothing's,
not the
nothing's
eShop.
showing up.
In the when you go to the online, you know the free.
Oh
app you get?
yeah, online, yeah.
The emulator. The
Yeah.
emulators.
Nintendo Switch Online. Let's see. I already have a membership. Stop trying to tell me to get a membership.
Hey, get a membership.
Nintendo Entertainment System. Let's see what's on here. All right.
Checking if the software can be played. Gotta update this now too. Fuck. So many updates. Fucking Nintendo.
So, fucking Nintendo. Yeah, okay, so Metroid is on the SNES. Or sorry, just the NES, obviously.
Mm.
And then SNES has the... I don't see a Metroid game on there.
Super Metroid holds up on its own, so that's like a good one to just play on SNES. But I wouldn't like recommend playing the first Metroid as like one of your first ones. But they remade it for Game Boy Advance called Zero Mission.
I lied. Super Metroid is on the SNES. So then Fusion. What was 4? Or was 4 Fusion?
Yeah, 4 was Fusion.
What was
Metroid
3?
Was 3? Super.
And then what was Samus Returns was the second one?
It was Game Boy.
And that's on 3DS. So you can we could technically you can muster it together. Fusion would be the hardest one to find though.
But yeah, and definitely like, well, I mean they're both on the same console, but yeah, Zero Mission is a much better Metroid 1. It's like a remake of that game, but it looks like much nicer. And then they added like a section at the end that's not in the original game.
Director's cut. What is it on? What can you play it on?
It's Game Boy Advance.
I wonder if it's on the 3DS as well then. As part of Ambassador Pass?
Oh, what are these new games? Oh, Donkey Kong 2? Oh, Donkey Kong 3? There's so many new games here.
Dude, you haven't turned on your Switch in a while, eh?
Yeah, holy shit. Super Mario Kart? Oh, Special Edition. Joe and
Oh, you could totally get Metroid Zero Mission.
Oh, there's a baseball game here. Baseball Simulator.
What, really? Man, can Nintendo also streamline its store? That would be great.
Wait, what the fuck?
We done.
I don't know what platform I can play Metroid Zero Mission. I can play it on my Wii U. Amazing. Fuck off! God damn it!
Wii U a long time ago.
What?
I sold my Wii U.
Oh, yeah. I sold my Wii U to get my Switch, actually. Yeah.
I think I have my Wii U because it's just the most negligible thing I've ever had. I was like, nobody wants this fucking thing. You sold your Wii U at my house, didn't you, Gabby?
I sold Shane's Wii U at your house.
Shane had a Wii U.
Fuck. The guy gave my address away on our podcast. He was like, "Come and get this Come and get this from this address." I'm like, "Gabby, no." All right, dudes. We talked about the Steam Deck. I almost called it the Switch Deck. I might as well call it the Switch Deck.
The Super
Steam
Switch.
Deck, Super Switch Decks, Tech Deck, Switch Deck, Tech. Yeah. So the Steam thing. That was the biggest news this week, but I guess next week we've got GDC, and then hopefully it's a little bit of a busier week, but I'll let you know if I'm able to snag one of these things tomorrow. I'm hoping it's a pretty easy reserve, but we'll find out.
Well, good luck. I hope you get it, buddy.
Yeah, it might be worth
Thanks,
doing
man.
like an unboxing / impressions video if you get one, dude. Because
can you do me a favor? Actually, Devyn, even if you're not thinking of getting one, could you try to reserve one at 1:00 if you have the time to do it? Because worst case scenario, I'll just grab yours.
I'm kind of considering getting one too, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a beastly emulation machine. I don't know. It's a waste of money, but I'm kind of considering it.
Let's fucking do it. All right, dudes. Thanks for everybody for watching. However many of you watched us today. It's been great again. Once again, it's good to have the three of us back again. We'll be back again next Thursday. Check us out social media at SliceTO. This will be up on YouTube tomorrow and on podcast services also tomorrow. Yeah, dudes, it's been a slice.
That's been a slice.
Peace out, homies.
Peace out.
Peace.